Diageo, the owner of Guinness, has dropped its sponsorship of London Irish after the signing of Paddy Jackson. At no point this morning have we suggested that what happened that night was boys will be boys and it's all grand.
No, they behaved disgracefully.
Absolutely. And the WhatsApp messages and all that, disgraceful. We're just talking about a couple of years hence. What happens, retribution, rehabilitation, all of that.
Well, I think that they're playing a publicity game here. They're kind of coming out with all these very worthy statements like we have serious concerns and they're not consistent with our values. But really what it appears to me is that they've decided they don't want the mob brought upon their heads. This would strike me as, significantly sanctimonious and hypocritical. And it lacks a basic understanding of justice, and it certainly lacks a respect for the instruments of justice or the criminal justice system. Companies do have a right to decide they don't want to be associated with something or other. I would blame here is companies being very weak in the face of a vocal minority. If we say to somebody, your period of punishment will never end for this, you will be punished your whole life, your cancel culture will follow you around forever. What we're doing here, it's complete backwards thinking, because it's saying to people, what's the point in changing your bad behaviour? There's no point. You might as well continue as you are, because once something like this happens, you will be punished for life for it anyway. Is it so unimaginable that after such a trial, that somebody like Paddy Jackson hasn't learned and grown in that time? Is it so unimaginable that he couldn't have been rehabilitated, that he's somehow beyond redemption?
Sports organisations are really important for young people, and sadly, this young man will always be associated with extremely inappropriate attitudes to women. He's not a good role model for young people. I think clubs and organisations who are working with young sports people, they need to ensure that their behaviour has to be above reproach, because they get huge, when they're successful, they get huge adulation. The IRFU, they cancelled his contract, but they focused on the sexually explicit WhatsApp conversations, referring to women in derogatory terms. And I think it's really important that we are having these conversations. It would be wonderful to see him demonstrating in some way or other how he has been rehabilitated,